Hello students, in our last lecture we have discussed the topic of atomic radii and its variation along a period and down the group, and today we have to start with our next topic, that is the ionic radius. So in your 10th class you have already learned about the concept of oxidation and reduction, that when the cation and anions are forming, you are having idea about that. So again I am repeating the concept that the removal of an electron from an atom results in the formation of a cation, whereas gain of an electron leads to the formation of an anion. Clear? With gain of electron there is the formation of anion, and with loss of electron from a free metal atom or neutral metal atom there is the formation of the cation. Clear now? So when there is the gain of electron, then anion is formed, and with loss of electron there is the formation of the cations. Clear? And now we have to learn about the definition of ionic radii. As you have learned that atomic radii is the in generally the distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell electrons, and in a same way ionic radii is the half of the distance between the cation and anion's nuclei. That is the nucleus of cation and this is the nucleus of anion, and we have to take the half of this distance. Clear? So this is the ionic radii. Clear? The half of the distance between the nuclei of cation and anion, and the order of the size of cation and anion in ionic crystals. In generally we have to take into consideration that the size of the anion is always greater than the neutral atom, and neutral atom size is greater than the cation. Means after losing the electron from its neutral state, any atom will going to decrease in its size. Clear? So now we have to study the reasons behind that. So first, the negative ion is always larger than that of the neutral atom. So the size of the anion, why are going to increase as compared to the neutral atom? What could be the reason? Because effective nuclear charge per electron is reduced and the electron cloud is held less tightly by the nucleus. This causes the increase in the size of the ion. Clear? First of all, what is the meaning of the neutral atom? When we are taking the metals in their free states without any charge on it, in that case we are considering them as the neutral atoms when they are not having any charge on themselves. For example, simple M, as I have written here. Clear? And now when there is the excess of electrons in any atom at that time, for example, if I have to explain this with the help of the Bohr's model, then here clear, I am taking the simple example of carbon first. In case of carbon, the configuration should be 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. Means in K shell number of electron 2 and in L shell the number of electron could be 4. Clear? So when I have to add one electron in this neutral atom, that is one electron I am going to add up, then it will going to behave like nitrogen, because the electrons are more in that case, and its configuration in terms of K and L shells, I have to write here the number of shells that could be, sorry, number of electrons in L shell should be 5 at that time. Clear? So this is the first electron, second, third, fourth. Firstly I am writing it for carbon. For carbon the number of electron in L shell should be 4. Clear? And here the number of the protons and number of electrons are almost equal, that the equal number of the positive charges is present in the nucleus that will going to attract the outermost shell electrons towards itself. But when I am going to increase the electron when I am going to add one electron in case of in the carbon atom. In that case, the number of electron initially in L shell, the number of electrons are 4, and now the number will become 5. Now the lesser number of positive charges as compared to the negative charges, so the pull that the positive charges will going to exert on the outermost shell electrons, in that case will going to decrease. So according to that, the nucleus will going to held these outermost shell electrons less tightly, and in case when I am increasing or adding the one electron in its shell, then we will going to expect there is the increase in its size. Clear? 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I hope now this concept is clear. So here I am taking the neutral chlorine atom, and in that case their size is going to increase, because here the number of the proton remains same but number of electron will going to increase. In that case 17 is the number of electron and 17 will be the number of protons, but here the number of proton going to remain same, that is the 17, but number of electrons, in that case electron becomes 18 and proton remains same, that is the 17. Clear? So positive charge will going to decrease, that has to attract the negatively charged electrons towards itself. So that's why because of lesser attractions the size of the atom will going to increase. Clear? So similarly now you will get the idea that for the second case, what is the second case? The radius of the cation is smaller than that of the neutral atom. In case of the cation, generally we are expecting the loss of the electron. Clear? We will understand this concept by taking the again example of carbon. First and second shell. Clear? First configuration in K shell 2 and in L shell I have to fill for carbon. Atomic number of carbon is 6. So clear? Now firstly I will going to read the reason from here. The radius of the cation is smaller than that of the neutral atom because the effective nuclear charge per electron increases and the electrons are more strongly attracted and are pulled towards the nucleus. This causes a decrease in the size of the ion. Clear? So if I have to lose one electron from here after carbon, the next element the next configuration that could be shown by it after losing the one electron, minus sign I have put here to show that the electron is lost by the carbon atom. Clear? And the next time here in case of carbon, the positive charge present in the nucleus is almost same. There could be, we are expecting the 6 protons in this case. Clear? So protons will be 6, and here when I am losing the one electron from this carbon atom, again in that case there is 2 electron in K shell. Now after losing the one electron, the number of electrons becomes only 3 in the outermost shell. Clear? For the carbon atom again. And now the number of the protons in the nucleus, that is the positive charges, are again remains same, that is P is equal to 6. Clear? But now the number of the electrons in overall is only 5, and in outermost shell the number of electrons are only 3. Clear? So now the positive charge present in the nucleus will going to attract the outermost shell electrons more strongly, because the positive charges that has to exert the force on the outermost shell electrons will dominate or more in number as compared to negative charges. So it will going to hold the outermost shell electrons more strongly So as a result, the attraction between the nuclei and outermost shell electrons is going to increase. Because of the increased or strong interactions between the outermost shell electrons and nuclei, then it could result in the smaller size of the cations. So clear? I hope you all have understood the concept of the ionic radii and why the size is going to vary for cations and anions, and why we have written this order that anion is always greater in size as compared to neutral atom, and neutral atom is always greater in size as compared to the cations. Clear?